Okay, let's talk about scene and the scene pass. This is the start and the end. If you open a new game, let's select it and change no ground to scene better that. The gaming will be happen in between start and end. For example, a runner game, a game that a character is going from a start to the end, or a 3D game actually. Let's test it. For example, we have a simple adventure game that you can open it from the template here. I saved them before. And you can see this is a 3D game that the character is traveling through the its environment, and we have a start and end. You can see the game will be happen in between into these start and end. If you play, now you can see start. Okay, now you can see your character is moving in this scene, and it has just one level or one scene. Okay, it's very simple. I need a key, tells you go. These are label text that I explained them before. And then you can come here and then open the door and finish. It's happening just in this environment. But again, something like the twisted road. Let's bring twisted road 2. I delete all of the enemy to better see that. Okay, you can see if you play the twisted road. If you play that, you can see just we have a row that we can drag and drop, chain movement of character, and it's going. The camera, it's following the path. I will explain it before. The character is going on this scene, and we have a different scene. Scene number 1, scene start. This is a start between start and end, and here we have lots of scenes. In the scene start, we have start and end and this outliner. If you go into the scene number 1, we have a different scene pass, and these are coins for us. Scene number 2, we have a different pass. I will be explaining how to create this twisted pass. Scene number 3, scene number 4, and so on. Let's begin from scratch to better understanding. 3D game. First, select on the floor and no ground. Okay, we have no ground, okay? And if I, for example, play it, you can see if I play this cube fall down because we don't have any ground here. So if you want to create a game something like that, you have to create a row in between start and end. The simplest way is that. Come down here and plus start, and here in the scene pass. Scene start. This is a scene our start. And now if I play, you can see we haven't seen, but again, it fall down because it does not have any physics. Scene pass. Select it and go into setting. This is a scene pass. You can change the name. You can give it a texture. If you click here, you can give a texture, for example, grass on it. Okay, why we don't have any other texture? Because you have to insert the texture from your library here. Go into your project folder. Okay, and simply drag and drop texture here. It's an image. Boom. This is a road, okay? And then you can save it. And now you can see our road are created here. Very simple. This is our road. So if you anywhere in the software in a texture, you click that, you can access this texture here. In a sprite editor, it's a texture. You can change the name of that. You can change the brightness of that. You can change the contrast of that. You can change the hue and saturation of that. You can close it if you don't want any changes. Okay, this is our game pass, and you can see. Okay, another important thing, if you need physics, if you want to object touch that, you have to turn on the physics. And then if you play, you can see our cube have collide with this row, and you can move them. If you, I will explain it more. If you want to use something like that game character twist and go forward, you don't need to activate that, but you have to go to the for example, this is our character. Go to the character setting, and in a character setting you have to find touch pass or move pass. For example, touch pass, I will be explaining more. It's touching the pass and moving. You can doing like that. I will be explaining more, don't worry. So we can go to the after the word, make it smaller. So just I want to explain how to create pass, and after that you have to go to the character, move, and other things. I will explain them one by one. This is our start scene. For example, I bring a coin, and this is, for example, our enemy. I make it smaller, going up, and something like that. This is our enemy. Again, for changing the color of that, you can double click and 3D model. From the 3D model, I will be explaining more, but you can change the color here. And then you can come back to, this is our first enemy, for example. And our second scene are straight. And the character begin from here, for example. And you have to go to the character setting, give a move, give a touch pass, and you have to also create also node. But this is our first start scene. Okay, you can see we have a pass, enemy, and boom. If you click plus, we have completely new scene with completely new outliner. You can create another scene scene pass with this another scene number 1. Again, scene pass. Again, you have to click here and again give a texture to that or another texture. And we want to make it twist. Another thing that you have to assign in this start is pass point. If you assign the pass point, a pass point will be created in between start and end, and you can move it. Very simple. And then you can rotate it if you want. And you can scale it. Interesting. So you can assign pass in between them, and you can twist it and add another any more point pass if you want. Interesting. You can create a road, something like that, but be careful about the points. Make it higher and bring it there. So be careful of the point that you insert. Going to rotation and make a rotation of this 0. Make it in this angle if you want. Okay. So you can add a point and change your path, and if you set the character is touching this path, and let's go like this game. What was name? Twist Road. Okay. And you can see we have created new scene, new level that the characters go that. Plus, boom, another level that again you have to again and again any scene that you want. You can right click, duplicate it, mute it. It's just if you want to study this, you can right click and solo mode. The will be turned red, and if you play it, just go in this start and then go to the 1. You can see it just create start and this game. And you can right click and unsolo that. Solo this if you want to just see that, or right click and delete. Right click and delete. right click and delete. If you don't want to create again and again, you can simply duplicate it. You can hit D and it's completed duplicate, and as you can see it's the same, but we have to come here and change the name to 3, for example. Oh, you have to 2 and start, and you can change the play cooldown. I'll be explaining it more. Okay, so you understand these scenes, these levels. You can go to different. It's automatically go to start 1, 2, 3, but you have to go to edit, and as you can see, this isn't scenes. It's randomized scenes. It's randomized that. Go to the file and twisted road 2. No, twisted road. No, I don't want to save that. You can see this is our start, and then number 1 is a different, number 2, number 3, number 4. And if you play the game, it's randomizedly. The software tells, for example, from after a start, go to the 4, then go to the 5, then go to the 2. It's randomized. If you want to align the scene, it's alignment from 1, go to 2, 3, and 1 by 1. So don't forget, go to the edit, align or randomize. Another important thing is that, for example, if you in a one, if you create for example, these enemies here, and you can see if I change the level point number 1 and click and drag it, you can see all of the objects inside this pass rotate with the pass. Why is that? because all of these enemies are in the level pass. I will be explained outliner before. You can see all of these enemies and objects are child of the level pass. It means if you change the level pass, they will be changed with that. If you, for example, select this and make it out of the level pass, and then go to the level point and change the level point, you can see it staying in position. So the parent and the child in the software is very important. You can, if you want to twist your road and you have lots of objects in your road, you have to make sure that make all of the objects inside this path child of the level pass or scene pass. Nice. Going to twisted road 2, because I delete all of the enemy to playing better. You can see. Okay. And then go to the edit and align. Okay. In the number 2, if you go into, in the number 1, if you go into the level section, level pass, it is a shape is a stripe. It's a simple stripe loop. You can make it quick cube outside. If you play, you can see it's a cube, something like that. It has a thickness, you can see. Nice. But don't forget, you just change the pass in scene number 1. If you go to the scene number 2, we have a different level pass or scene pass. So any different you can change. Another thing that you can change the scene pass. You can make it a cube inside. You cannot see here, but if you play, you can see it's a tunnel. Let's make a tunnel that your character can go inside that. Okay, you have to change the camera to better see that. Go to the camera view and make sure that you are inside. and then play. It's a tunnel, something like that. Now we can see we are going inside the tunnel. To better seeing that, it's better to change the texture to, I have to drag and drop because I changed the color. Save to better see now. You can see we are inside a tunnel. You can give it another texture. Nice. You can see we are inside the tunnel, and after that we are going to the scene level 2 that does not have the setting of this scene pass is stripe. So cube outside inside. Physics, you know that incandescence or specular intensity or specular hardness is all about the reflection and specular of the lighting that you can change them any number that you want. So graphical things. You can see we have a different situation in this pass. Interesting. So this is all about the scene pass that you can add from scene pass and pass point and create such these games if you want.